Hello, everybody. Joe Bacon Donuts here, and welcome back for another episode of Summer Pockets Reflection Blue, where we are continuing on with our Alka route here, which I also noticed when going up to load it, it has it listed as, I don't know if it's a continuation of, because I just did Umi's route last, but in the save and load menu, it shows you which route you're on, so that way, if you're just looking at a glance, you know what you're loading into. And it doesn't say Alka, it says Umi, so I guess it's more accurate to say this is like Umi 2, kind of, I don't want to call it a redo of the route, but, it's another run-through, but, clearly with more focus on Umi, but in a different context than our first time running on through it. So, we'll see, what's going on here, maybe delve a little deeper into some unanswered questions, figure out some mysteries going on here, like what's up with Umi? Why are we looping, apparently? Or, I don't know. I don't know if you can call it a loop, but there's some stuff going on. And we don't know what it is yet. So hopefully we'll be able to get some answers to that. And unfortunately, it's a very sad day here because I go back to work today. It's 11 o'clock. I need to be there for 4 hours. I gotta record this. I still gotta work out. I'm gonna do like sprints in my backyard, because at least if I fall, I'll just fall into the grass. Though I am old now, so even just like taking a tumble into the grass could like fucking kill me. But at least it's better than the asphalt. Because when you're like really doing sprints, like, and your legs lock up and it's like and then you tumble, definitely don't want that to be either one, on the asphalt if I'm just doing it on the road. Two, if I go to the park and do it on the running path there, that's like all gravel and sand. That's gonna not feel very great. And I guess the second best would be if I go to like the actual running track and do it, because it's that softer kind of rubberized like stuff. But I don't want to go to the running track, because then I'd have to drive there and then I'd have to drive back to shower. When I have a fairly long backyard, it's probably about as long as like a basketball court, lengthwise. So actually a basketball court's a pretty good comparison. It's a little thinner widthwise, but going from like front to back, it might even be longer than a basketball court. So it's honestly a pretty good length for sprints, because if you've ever done, I can't remember, are suicides going up and down the basketball court, or are they going up and down the stadium stairs? I think you can call them either or. The suicides for the same thing, because they suck and they make you want to die. Holy shit. In high school, I took weightlifting as my gym elective junior year. It turns out the teacher for that class was the football coach. So on like conditioning days, guess what? We're out there doing like fucking football training, going up and down the stairs, fucking sprints, cardio, endurance, not just like lifting. I'm like, oh, this sucks. And that's how I learned that I get very nauseous easily when I run, from physical exertion. Because it's like after every single one of those cardio days, I'd be puking. And it's not like it was like a crazy hard exertion that would like make me sick. Oh god, are they mowing outside? God damn it. You can probably hear that. Maybe not though. Maybe OBS noise canceling is doing its job. Son of a bitch though. Sounds like they're in my yard too. It's only Monday. The landscapers don't come on Monday. Maybe it's my neighbor. I don't know. If they need me to move my car, I'll take a break from recording and go do that. But I don't want it delayed because, like I just said, I'm kind of on a time crunch here. Because I don't know how long they're going to be out there. So we'll just have to deal with the occasional rumble in the background, which, like I said, honestly, you guys might not even be able to hear it. And if you do, it's just going to be like probably hear like a vibrating sound in the background behind my voice. Because when I'm not talking, OBS does a pretty good job of canceling any excess noise, so you don't hear me like tapping on my desk. Like, hold on, let me stop talking. I have like a Allen key, kind of like hex wrench in my hand, so I'm gonna I like to spin it in my hands and tap it on the desk. Which, if I didn't have noise canceling on, would probably be very annoying. Let's see if you can hear it. I'll be looking at my audio mixer. Oh, you can probably hear that still. Let me find something else to play with then. Something that doesn't tap as loudly. I got nothing on my desk. Everything on my desk is fucking metal. Got my multi-tool. I got my pens, but my pens are also metal because I like a nice hefty high-quality pen. Alright, guess I'll just have to fiddle with nothing. Hopefully that doesn't affect the quality of the recording too much. Anywho, let's get the show on the road, shall we? My home is silent. I can't remember how long it's been since I stopped saying I'm home. And welcome back. And good morning. And let's eat. And good night. In this house, those phrases just compound my loneliness. I cook on my own. When it's too quiet, I turn on the TV. It doesn't really matter what program's on. All I want is to hear another person's voice. When I'm at school, I can chat with my friends. I have so much fun there. So when I get home, the desolation only grows deeper. I had a weird dream. Not really sure why, but it put me in a somber mood. Umi, get out of our head. Huh? Umi? What are you doing in here so early? Calisthenics. Oh, right. The radio calisthenics start today. Apparently, Umi was really looking forward to them, so she came to wake me up early. Stifling a yawn, I headed over to the meeting place. They took place on the grounds of a kind of modestly sized shrine. A bunch of kids already gathered there. Their guardians were scattered about too. I didn't know there were this many kids on the island. Aficionado. Huh? So just yell. Okay. Like, no one ever was? Somehow this is pretty different from the radio calisthenics that I remember. Next to me, Umi was following along perfectly naturally. Huh? Can you actually keep up with this? She replied with a thumbs up. It's my first time, but maybe Umi visited this island last summer or something. Sorry. This guy's kind of scary. And wait, we're not using a radio at all. The exercise is finished, and the leader stamped everyone's cards. Wait, this? Along with the stamp, he handed me a shrimp about the size of my palm. Yeah, holy crap, it's moving? This shrimp is definitely still alive. Umi got a few too. I get it. These are some really incredible radio calisthenics. I finally understood what Kyoko-san meant. With radio calisthenics finished, we returned home. It was still early in the morning. Another long day stretched out ahead of me. By the way, what should we do with these shrimp? They were wriggling around on a plate we set on the table. You mean we should eat them? Well, how? I tipped my head questioningly. Suddenly, Umi grabbed onto one of the shrimp. She held it in both hands. Hey, what are you... Gotta crack the head off. Kia! She plucked the very much still living shrimp's head right off.
どうしたの？すごい声を出して。
Kyoko-san, Umi, she, the shrimp.
あらまあ、ラジオ体操でもらってきたのね。私も一匹いただいていい？オッケー。それじゃあ、息がいいうちに。
Kia! Kyoko-san plucked the head right off too. Huh? What is this? What's with all the violence here?
踊り食い。頭をもいだら足と殻を剥がすの。
Yep, and then you gotta take out the poop vein.
そしてここ、身の断面にある背わたの端を引っ張れば美味しく食べられるわ。
Maybe cook it first. Let's not eat raw shrimp. She held at a tender-looking, well-colored raw shrimp. But it's still moving, you know?
踊り食い。
Umi, who finished shelling a shrimp, held it up proudly.
ハイリ君もどうぞ。
What? No way, I can't just pull off a living shrimp's head.
あげる。
See me flinch away, Umi offered me the shrimp she cleaned a moment ago.
食べれる？
Thanks. If it's like this, I can, yeah.
ダメよ、海ちゃん。
As I was about to accept it, the exchange was vetoed.
食べるということは命をいただくということ。その重みを知ることは大切なことよ。
Can we please cook the shrimp? No, I mean, in theory, sure. But you buy chicken and pork and stuff prepackaged in the store, right?
あら、鶏も豚もいるわよ。
Crap. If I let this conversation go any further, I'm gonna end up roped into doing something I can't take back. Right, thanks for the tutorial. Let's get shelling. For the sake of my own inner peace, I grabbed a shrimp. On that day, I learned the value and flavor of life. Sweet, tender, absolutely delicious. After breakfast. So, Kyoko-san, about the shed cleanup.
まだ大丈夫だから、のんびりしてていいわよ。
Once again, I was quickly rejected. Am I ever gonna get to help? What did I even come here for? If I didn't find something to do today, I might die of boredom. For the moment, though, it was too quiet in the house. I turned on the TV.
今日、外行かない？
Umi asked about my plans for once. Is there somewhere you want to go?
やっぱり。
What's up with that? After she went to the trouble of asking and all. I realized there was a sign she wanted me to take her somewhere. She was emitting a don't ask anything else sort of aura. A difficult age for sure. Well, if there really is somewhere she wants to go, I'm sure she can make it there on her own. I didn't come here to babysit after all. Sorry. I'm waiting to see if the mower can be picked up on the microphone. It popped just a little, but just barely into like the low end of the green. Like it only shot up like 5 decibels from like 0. So you may have heard it, you may not have. You may be able to hear it when I talk. That was still had me on my mind, so I turned my attention back to the TV. Not that there was anything in particular I wanted to watch. Maybe it's because I woke up so early for the radio calisthenics. I was really getting sleepy. Umi was sort of staring at me again. But sleepy. I was asleep, but my mind was racing. It was as vivid as sort of dreams as you'd see during REM sleep. So, this must be a dream then.
どうしたんですか？
Oh, hey. Welcome back.
ただいまです。何か話してましたね。独り言ですか？
No, to this girl here.
バイクと喋ってたんですか？
No, that's not what I meant. To the girl standing in front of the bike.
いないですよ。また変なこと言わないでください。うわ、いきなり？やっぱり誰かいるんですか？
Yeah, it's a ghost bike. Of course not. Don't worry.
そうですか。
I opened my eyes. Another dream about Umi. And the Umi in my dreams really was different from the one I know in real life. She was pretty level-headed for her age, but somehow it felt like she was keeping a certain distance from me. Wonder why that Umi keeps showing up in my dreams. My desires? Maybe it means I wish Umi would be more like that. In other words, this means... an invasion from a parallel world? Am I a lolicon? Or am I? Have my tastes been unconsciously shifting in a dangerous direction? I go to an all-boys school, and there aren't any other girls close to me, so... have little girls become my ideal type? What am I even saying? I must be tired or something. Not that I've ever done anything to tire myself out. I've been witness making an idiot of myself.
お腹すいた。
Huh? Oh, is it that late? I looked at the clock and it was already about noon. I've been asleep for a lot longer than I thought. Anything in particular you want to eat?
チャーハン。
Fried rice again? Alright, I'll make up for yesterday. Time for a comeback. Here you go, Umi. Comeback fried rice. I set down a plate piled high with fried rice in front of Umi. It smelled good. Didn't look bad either. Compared to yesterday, that is. Now it's today's attempt.
8点。
It only went up by one.
もういらない。
She didn't finish it today either.
あらまあ、愛理くん、お昼ご飯を作ったの？
Yeah, though, doesn't look like it suited Umi's
ご
taste.
相伴に預からせてもらっていいかしら。
Fine with me, though I'm not sure I'd recommend
こ
it.
んなに美味しそうなんだし、大丈夫よ。
Without wasting a second, Kyoko-san grabbed a spoonful of my comeback fried
あ
rice.
ら、美味しいじゃない。
Wait, seriously?
私が作る料理みたいよ。
Ah. I turned to face Umi, who was watching TV. Umi, I'm so sorry for making you eat that stuff.
うん。
Umi gave me a thumbs up, as if to say no problem. After finishing that confidence-shattering meal, I was again left with nothing to do. I'm sure Kyoko-san went right back out to the shed. Umi was sprawled gracelessly in front of the electric fan, napping. Speaking of which, I heard some people say that sleeping with an electric fan can cause you to die in your sleep. That's just crazy weirdos. And also probably excuses for, like, people killing themselves. Family doesn't want to admit that, exactly what happened, so they say, oh, yep, we just came in and they were dead, but they had the fan on, so that must have got them. It's kind of like how a lot of people, die cleaning their guns, They didn't kill themselves, they just, accidentally shot themselves cleaning their rifle. It's one of those, like, half superstition, but also half coded word kind of things. She curled up in a ball and shivered. The constant breeze was giving her a chill. I decided to cover up with a blanket. Right then. I paused to think. Though apparently, like, a lot of fans, like if you go to Korea or whatever, they have like timers on them, so you can't just run them like 24/7. That's probably like a peace of mind thing, so that way people actually buy them, because it's, a popular culture, myth. So no one would want to buy a fan that will kill you in your sleep. If it has a timer, though, of course, clearly you're safe. For a moment, there was no sign that I'd be called to help out the shed clean up anytime soon. So, what should I do with all this free time? I decided to set a goal for myself, even if it was an insignificant one. Sure, let's find a girlfriend. That's it. I'll find a girlfriend. In this summer away from home, I'll forget all those obligations holding me back and devote myself to love. There has to be a girl around here who'd accept my feelings. Wait, why would I do that when I have to go back home after summer vacation ends? I absolutely do not want to end up in a long-distance relationship. For the moment, let's pick an easy goal that's right in front of me. Fried rice, huh? Look, it's so good at making it, even Umi will say it's delicious. Where do I even start? Unfortunately, I was starting from absolute zero when it came to the fundamentals of cooking. I gotta start with, like, heat control and knowing your, like, utensils first off. If I just keep screwing around and making amateur mistakes, I'll end up suffocating under a mountain of unique food. After learning the value of life this morning, I can't bring myself to treat food lightly. Times like this, there's nothing you can do but beg someone to teach you. That's the best shortcut for sure. But who should I ask for help? I can't afford to be picky. I grabbed the key to the cub. So, long story short, I want you to teach me the trick to making good fried rice.
なんで私に？
Yeah, why ow? Because I have faith in you.
いや、私の何を知ってるわけ？
You just kind of look like you probably know how to cook. Well, you look good in an apron and all.
そう？まあ、こう見えても家庭的って言われるし、チャーハンもよく作るわ。
Great! Well, that's promising for sure. Would you mind demonstrating for me?
あんたのためにエプロンつけて料理を。
Every morning I want to eat your cooking.
それってデザートは私っていうつもり？
Sorry, but I'm really struggling to understand how your mind could pivot into lewd mode that quick.
なんでもないわ。忘れて。ねえ、チャーハンのコツよね。っていうか、基本的なことしか教えられないわよ。
I mean, it's a very basic dish, so that should be enough. Just that much is plenty. Please do.
じゃあ、まず中華鍋を用意して。
Yep. We only have frying pans.
諦めなさい。
Wait, no. Give me advice on seasoning and stuff like
チャ
that.
ーハンを舐めない。
She got hurt with me. Oh, changing the subject for a minute.
何？
How do you feel about a long-distance relationship?
は？
Love that burns like the summer sun. It's a passion that intense. Distance means nothing in my book.
ひょっとして私、口説かれちゃってる？
Sure. But you're already mine, aren't you? Be honest with yourself. You know it's true. You're always watching me, right?
何言ってんのよ、急に。
I slapped my hand to the wall, boxing her in. Kabedon! Hush, you. You already knew you can't go on without... wish out me? You flubbed it.
噛んだ。
Yeah. I absolutely did not.
ダブルで噛んだ。
Seriously, I didn't!
逃げながらトリプル噛み？
No! The shame!
チャーハン？まあ、それなりに作ってるぜ。
Oh, really? That's promising.
チャーハンは男の料理だからな。まずは服を脱いで。
I think I'll skip that step.
でも鍋振るときに袖が邪魔だぞ。
Cooking in the nude's totally unhygienic, right?
裸エプロンは？
Are a completely different conversation. He nodded, grinned, and fist bumped.
で、チャーハンの作り方だったな。とりあえず中華鍋を用意だ。
I only have frying pans, though.
じゃあ無理だな。
Can I just make up for it with the seasonings?
それはチャーハンじゃなく焼き飯だ。
Yeah. The difference being?
チャーハン舐めちゃダメだぞ。
Are you kidding me?
前提として
I don't own a wok.
お前何を作る気なんだ？
fried rice, like I said.
まずは道具を揃えろ。
Why is everyone on this stupid island so strict about fried rice? Right. We'd beg for advice next. Is there some way I could make do with a frying pan?
どうしていきなり土下座だ？
Because you're my last hope.
フライパンでチャーハンか。本来なら打滑すべき提案だな。
Random thought, did the islanders here just really hate frying pans?
目玉焼きのためにフライパンは必要だ。
Right. So anyway, back to fried rice.
チャーハンに大切なのは熱量だ。
Mm-hmm. I want to get it crunchy.
フライパンでも限界まで熱すればなんとかなるだろう。
Well, not exactly crunchy, but you want the rice to get a little hard. Which is why you want to use like day-old rice. You don't use fresh rice to make fried rice. It'll be too soft. It'll like soak up too much oil. Oh, I get it. Finally, some actually useful
持
advice.
ち手が熱くて持てなくなるまで火にかけるんだ。
How am I supposed to cook on it then?
タオルなりグローブなりを使えばいいだろう。
Oh, I see. Any other tricks? For seasoning or whatever?
味付けには好みがあるから一概には言えない。ただ、そうだな。
Yeah, go get some MSG.
白羽のチャーハンが一番美味しかった。
Shira does?
彼女の家は昔食堂をやってたんだ。
Alright, that's news to me.
歓迎会をやった食堂。
What?
あそこだ。
Huh? Really?
白羽のチャーハンはその店の味を受け継いでいる。本気でチャーハンを作りたい
Well,
の
shook it,
なら
honestly.
白羽に聞くといい。
Oh, thanks. That's a huge help. By the way, changing the topic.
なんだ？
I want a girlfriend.
なぜ私に言う？
Because I want a girlfriend.
私を口説いているのか？
What would you do if I were?
そうだな。本気なら。うつ。悪ふざけなら。うつ。だから次の言葉を慎重に選べ。
Wait, you shot me! Charlie already shot me!
先払いだ。で、どっちだ？
I was... She blew through her entire water tank. Terrible ending aside, I got some useful info, so I'll call this a win overall. I just have to find Shira, huh? Everything would work out. Probably. I rode the cub from the east side of the island to the west, searching for her. North to south. A full circuit around the perimeter. But I just couldn't seem to find her. Not at the pool either, huh? Well, that pool is where we'd first met. When I really think about it, well, we've never actually had a proper conversation. Did she teach a guy she barely knows how to make fried rice? Will she shout "Dos koi" and run away again? I can worry about that once I've actually found her. I just have to keep looking for now. Nothing else I can do. In the end, I spent the whole day riding around the island without running into Shiraha even once.
どこ行ってたの？
I was just out searching for Shiraha.
プロポーズ？
No, to ask her to teach me how to make fried rice.
おお、
According to Nomiki, she makes the best fried rice on the island.
それは楽しみ。
Right? I'll make something tasty for you. Just wait and see.
うん。
Umi looked unusually excited, her eyes sparkling. After dinner, I heard eerie music covered for the TV. Ugh. It's one of those typical summertime ghost story programs. Umi's face stiffened as she watched the low quality and blurry but still terrifying
お
footage.
分かりいただけただろうか。
Hey Umi, look! A ghost! Umi fled to a corner of the room. She grabbed a cushion and barricaded herself behind it. Is it really that scary? This stuff's all made up, you know.
呪い甘く見るな。
Huh? Don't say freaky stuff like that. She's gonna get me scared too.
それではもう一度ご覧いただこう。
Umi buried her face into the cushion and trembled. I bet it'd really freak her out if I shouted right now. I figured she'd be surprised, but her reaction was beyond my expectations. She ran circles around the room, shrieking all the while. And crying. Sorry. Didn't think you'd be that scared. She punched my back repeatedly, still crying. Not so pleasant, my guilt was supplemented by an odd feeling of contentment. That night, I had an unusually hard time falling asleep. Ugh. Just when I thought I was drifting off, I was wide awake again. The process repeated over and over. Ugh. Huh. After fading in and out of who knows how many times, I felt a presence by my pillow. Presence. I snapped my eyes open. Duh! Oh, it's you, Umi. For a second, I thought she was a ghost. I almost freaked out. Wait, you need to pee? What, can't go on your own? I'm still scared from that ghost show, huh? Well, kids are just like that sometimes. Yeah, okay, I'll go with you. Just hold it in for a bit longer. Creak, creak. The old floorboards creaked loudly as we walked across them. Kinda creepy, huh? Umi was clinging to me as we walked. Buddy was actually kind of reassuring. I'd be scared to go alone, too. Believe it or not, I absentmindedly whispered to myself. Another nice massage. Just a joke, sorry. I'll shut up now. We walked in silence. Splorch. Yee! I felt something gross under my foot. Oh, what did I just step on? Probably a bug or something. So dark I couldn't see, which was probably for the better, actually. Umi was glaring reproachfully at me. I guess she thought I was trying to scare her again. Don't worry, it's nothing. Come on, let's hurry. Seriously, what did you step on? We made it to the toilet, and she finished her business. You can sleep easy now, right? Good night. Made it all the way to my room and crawled back into bed. Oh, the hell? Something's in here with me. A ghost? What? Umi again? This look like your bed to you? Go back to your own room and sleep in your own futon. Oh, come on. I know you're faking it. Why? Still scared? I guess sleeping alone's a tall order when you're terrified. Need to stop being so childish. Except she actually is a child, I guess. And while I was correcting myself, she actually started lightly snoring. Hey, come on. Seriously planning on sleeping here? Yeah, she's totally asleep. Seriously? She was sleeping so peacefully that I started yawning. Started to wonder if she'd really been scared in the first place. Now I'm the one who can't sleep. Looks like I'll be spending the night tossing and turning. I noticed a sweet scent coming from Umi, like how a baby smells. Must be from the soap she uses. It was a mysterious, calming, familiar sort of smell. Ugh. I lay there next to Umi and felt my eyes begin to close. Before I knew it, the sound of her breathing lulled me to sleep. Oh boy, the 29th is like the last day of the regular common route. We attended the morning radio calisthenics once again. Ugh. I'd gotten up earlier than normal and couldn't stifle a yawn. Ugh. But the whole time, it felt kind of nostalgic. Up until last year, I'd gotten up early during summer vacation to attend morning club practice after all. Umi was brimming with motivation.
お前ら準備はいいか行くぞ
Oh.
二日酔いに響く。
Yeah, do be like that sometimes.
第一の体操横隔膜の振動だうわ
Don't throw up radio calisthenics, guy.
二日酔いに響く
Can you just take the day off? Hmm? What's up?
牛さんと猫さん
What, Tsumugi and Shizuku? Where? Cow and a cat? Where? Oh, no kidding. A cat and a cow were participating in radio calisthenics. What are those? They're called Kigurumi or whatever?
猫さん体操上手。尻尾を引っ張ってはいけません。
Boing, boing, boing.
牛さんのおっぱい大きい。
Yeah, with enough training, maybe you too one day can have fucking big tits.
あなたのおっぱいも将来が楽しみね。
Oh, Tsumugi and Shizuku. Oh, you two showed up for this too, huh?
おお、高原さん、おはようございます。おはようパリくん。おはようございます。
Even as she greeted them, Umi couldn't take her eyes off their outfits. Those clothes, you cosplaying or something?
パジャマよ。
You know, most people don't walk around outside in their pajamas, right? Yeah, this isn't Walmart.
島の人はよく寝巻きのままで新聞を外まで取りに来たりしますよ。
Yeah, that's different though. I guess, yeah. But they don't do radio calisthenics in them, do they?
先入観にとらわれてはいけません。
Walking out your front door to your driveway to get the newspaper and then immediately walking back isn't really going out in your pajamas. It's fine. Unless it's like, oh god, what's like nightgown, lingerie, whatever it's called. I don't know, negligee or something like that. I don't know, man. I don't wear that. I can see that being like, maybe you should like put on something else before you go out the door, though.
ないと思うからないのであって、本当はあるのかもしれないです。
How philosophical of you.
本当は紬が寝ぼけて、この格好のままラジオ体操に来ちゃったの。もぎゅ、しずく、バラさないでください。
Never mind. Looks like she's just a clumsy girl putting on a serious front. I get that Tsumugi overslept, but what about you, Shizuku?
似合ってません？
Oh, it absolutely suits you. Nothing could suit her better in a number of meanings.
熱が少し私を大胆にしたみたいです。
Walking around in your pajamas, I guess you could call that bold in a certain sense of the word. Right now, I can only see you as a cow, though.
猫、触ってもいい？
At least you asked for permission first. Umi was eagerly fidgeting.
はいどうぞ。あ、でも尻尾はダメです。
Yeah, you don't want to hear a pop sound if you pull on it too hard.
猫さんは尻尾を引っ張られると、マギ
Tsumugi abruptly let out a yell.
ー！ヤッホー！
The island kids were happily tugging away on the cat's tail.
あらあらダメですよ。
Is that a weak point?
いろいろ食い込んじゃうんだって。
Does it? Oh. The conversation took a surprisingly stimulating turn. Perhaps it's like stitched lower, so when you tug on it, it like rides up. That, plus the glamorous cow over there, make a pair of unexpectedly lewd animals. Indeed. The radio calisthenics finished, and we went home for breakfast. Yesterday, we received shrimp as a participation award. And today we got cured fish, huh? It was a flounder the size of my hand. Oh, that's not very big. I'm just glad it's still not alive.
あらまあ、今朝は魚なのね。
Kyogo-san, good morning. You might as well have this for breakfast, huh?
私はいつでも食べられるから、それは2人で食べていいわ。焼くだけでいいから、そう失敗することもないでしょうし。
Oh, really? I'll go ahead and do that then. You want some too, Umi? I tried to cook up 2 portions of the cured fish. But even just heating up simple food like this is easier said than done. Do I need to oil the pan? You want to do a little, so that way it doesn't stick. Now, when push comes to shove, I was surprisingly helpless. They don't extract the oil when they cure it, do they? You might need to soak it if it's been cured. I don't know how it's cured, if it's like brined or whatnot, but usually with like cured food, like a ham or something, you want to like soak it in water and then like rinse it off afterwards. I have this image in my head of people just slapping fish right onto a grill. Ah, the skin's totally stuck to the pan! The skin! The skin! In a mere moment, the cured fish was reduced to a pitiful state. Umi sadly peeked into the frying pan. Don't worry, it'll still taste good, I think. They may have been baseless, but my words were still encouraging. To me, that is. Umi nibbled dubiously at the fish. No good? Really? Ooh. I was relieved. Yeah, that's weird. Huh? Really? You can cook it skin side down, but you just need to oil it properly. Alright, I'll try that out next time. With a little nod, Umi dug into her fish. Oh, looks like she really liked it. I felt kind of accomplished. I'll try some too. Munch. Oh, the flesh was tender and perfectly salted. It really was delicious. After breakfast, Kyogo-san called out to me for a change.
悪いんだけど、蔵の方ちょっと手伝ってくれる？
Let's go! Oh, can I really? I didn't think I'd finally get to help today, so I was almost touched.
急で悪いんだけど。
Is it heavy? Nah, I mean, that's what I came here for. At a glance, the inside of the shed didn't seem to have changed at all since I saw it on the first day. Looking a bit closer, I got the feeling that some stuff had been shifted around a bit, but it was as disorganized as ever.
ちょっと物を移動しないと整理ができなくなってきたのよ。
No surprise there, with this much stuff packed in here.
あそこに古い本の山があるんだけど、一度外に出して虫干ししようと思うの。
Roger that. I'll haul them outside then. Following Kyogo-san's directions, I stacked pile after pile of books up in the courtyard. Umi helped out too, clutching one book in her arm at a time. They were all old, dusty too. Do you suppose any of these are valuable? Looking over them as they aired out, I know some characters on the covers that aren't even used in modern Japanese. Well, if we had an appraiser take a look at them, we might find something worth a ton.
残念だけど、そんな値打ちはないと思うわよ。ただ古いだけのこの島の記録。
Oh boy, accounting ledgers. How fun.
歴史的価値もない日記みたいなものよ。
That's a shame. But in that case, who do you suppose kept all these worthless books piled up in
骨
there?
董品の基本はガラクタよ。
Yep.
その中に常人は興味を持たないものを収集する人が価値を見出すの。
I get it. This was her hobby.
道楽よ。
Stuff that's valuable to a hobbyist can end up being a nuisance to everyone else. Heave. Oh. Ugh. All right. Is that all of them for now?
そうね。手伝ってくれてありがとう。
Anything else I can do?
あとはまだいいわ。空いたスペースをどう使うかじっくり考えたいし。
Yeah, I gotta play Tetris. Oh? Well, if anything comes up I can help with, just let me know.
その時はお願いね。
My first task in the shed was over in about half an hour. Does she really need me here? Alright, Umi, let's make lunch. That's pretty much my only obligation at this point.
チャーハン
No, I need to prepare a bit more before I can try that again. Today I thought we'd go with something summery and make some cold noodles.
作る
Well, I'll just boil them according to the instructions on the package, really. It's not all that different from making instant noodles. Or so I thought. Did you salt the water? It's done!
5点
An unexpected record low score. But since I overboiled them, I was definitely to blame. Ugh! Seriously can't even handle boiling noodles?
うまい。
Being good at cooking is an absolute must for a good relationship.
恋人いるの
Huh? No, I mean, I go to an all-boys school, so, you know. Making excuses to a little kid. Talk about I'm cool.
うまい。
She patted me on the shoulder. I think the day would come that I'd be comforted by a little girl. After lunch, I peeked into the living room and found Umi taking a nap. She seemed uncomfortably hot, her forehead dripping with sweat. I should do something about this. With no better option available, I brought over a handheld fan and blew cold air in her direction. Flap, flap, flap. How's that? Nice and cool? Her brow went furrowed just a bit. Looks like she's cooled off, more or less. Cool, right? Thought so, thought so. I was a bit happy. I wasn't sure why, but I felt really satisfied. I had no idea I liked kids so much. I found a new side to myself. Whoa, what a huge cloud. Cicadas cried incessantly, with the clear blue sky as their backdrop. In spite of the noise, I felt a mysterious sense of quiet. Maybe it was because the insects' cries were all I could hear. It sure is the countryside. A tranquil summer like this might not be so bad. Suddenly, I heard Umi mutter to herself. I looked back over at her, but her eyes were still shut tight. Sleep talking, huh? A tear was pooling in the corner of her eye. Larger and larger, finally trailing away down her cheek. She must be dreaming about her mother. She really is lonely, all alone in this island. Speaking of which, I wonder why she came here all alone. Kogo-san's here to look after her and all. Where do her parents live? But where are her parents living? I really don't know anything. Came to realize once again just how little I knew about Umi's life. Well, we only met 5 days ago. We'll get to know each other more from here on out, like it or not. Perhaps because the breeze felt nice, Umi was lightly, peacefully snoring before I knew it. The tear in her cheek had dried up too. Sure looks comfy.
あら、海ちゃん寝ちゃったの
Kogo-san walked in. Oh, it must be nap
仰
time.
いであげてたの。優しいのね。
I'm a ladies' man after all.
じゃあ私にも優しくしてね。
But of course.
大変でしょ。変わるわよ。
Kyoko-san, don't you need to work on the shed?
ちょっと気分転換がしたいのよ。
That's so? I'll take you up on that then. There's something I wanted to go do too.
聞いてもいいことかしら。
Fried rice. I circled the island on my partner the cub, searching for Shiraha. But finding her didn't prove to be easy. I knew that her name was Naruse Shiraha. Given that, I could just ask the islanders where the Naruse household was, but if I barged into her house uninvited, I'm sure I'd hear a certain word again. Doskoi, that is. As such, my only hope was to bump into her outside by coincidence. I was sure that was the right way to do it. But man, she's really nowhere to be found, huh? I've been around the whole island 3 times. I guess if she were shut up in her house, I'd never find her no matter how much I drove around. Thinking about it rationally, I really was betting on a long shot. As if anyone would walk around under the blazing sun like this for kicks.
ちゃーいい天気だぜ抜き火よで
Snipe from the broadcast tower. I'll just go ahead and ignore that. I guess I'll give it one more go. I pressed the accelerator and sped off on the cub. Later, I can't find her. Came to the conclusion that there was no way I'd meet her by coincidence. And on a similar note, the cub had run out of gas. Clatter, clatter. Pushing a bike around in direct sunlight like this might not end well. But on the bright side, I now know how far I can travel on a full tank of gas. I want to let this happen again. Surprisingly, I saw a figure in the distance. Out in a precarious, rocky area where people probably didn't often go. That's... Huzzah for coincidence! She sat absent-mindedly in the shadow of a rock wall, her hair fluttering in the sea breeze. I wasn't trying to sneak up on her or anything, but the waves were loud enough that she didn't notice me approach. I felt kind of awkward. I moved a bit closer. Yet still, she didn't notice me. Could it be that she actually noticed and was just ignoring me? Well, that broke my heart, so let's not think about that possibility. I sat down next to her. The sky was blue. Giant clouds drifted leisurely overhead. I sat there and let time flow on by. It's so peaceful. I spoke without thinking.
誰かいた。
You finally noticed me, huh?
また？
My name's Takahata Heidi.
私にあまり構わない方がいいから。
I have a question.
それ、私じゃなくてもいいと思う。
Nah, no, you said you'd be the best person to ask.
ミキ？一番って？
How to make delicious fried rice. Well, see, first you need to walk. So, you remember the kid who was with me back at the pool?
確か牛？
Close. Yeah, close. Her name is Umi. She really wants to eat fried rice, but I just can't seem to make it right. So, I want you to teach me.
まず中華鍋。
Right. And how about if I don't have one of
無
those?
理。
The blind devotion these islanders have for walks is really killing me here. I was told to get a frying pan as hot as possible, but I haven't heard anything past that point.
うん。
I don't care if it's just a little trick or whatever. Isn't there anything you could teach
冷
me?
やご飯。
Chilled? The rice should be cold?
水で洗ってからよく水気を切って。
Wash chilled rice. Okay. Got it. I'll give it a try.
教えたからもうここに来ないで。
With those words, she turned her back to me. Am I bothering you?
迷惑。
She walked away. Conversation over, I guess. I guess she sort of hates me, huh? Hit me surprisingly hard. Not like we're particularly well acquainted or anything, so I wonder why she dislikes me that intensely. But she did teach me about fried rice, one way or another. I'm positive she's not a bad person. Plus, she didn't say doskoi at all today. I grasped onto that little bit of consolation, taking it as a sign that I was making progress with her. A little while after, I parted with Shiraha. I pushed the cub along, serenaded by the chorus of cicadas. I decided to take a quick break, wiping fruitlessly at the endless torrent of sweat pouring from my brow. The road I was walking along was right next to the ocean. But it'd feel real nice if I jumped in. Suddenly, I noticed a person, presumably an islander, praying at some sort of altar just a little ways off the path. It almost looked like one of those little Buddha statues, but it was way too square. Monument? I was sort of curious, so I decided to take a look. Are we gonna bump into Shiki? Hello?
こんにちは。島の外の方ですね。
Nope, just some random. Yeah, I'm staying at the Kato family's house.
じゃあ、加藤のおばあちゃんのこの度はご愁傷様です。
That's fine, barely even knew her. Nah, I mean, thanks. So, what's the stone? Is it a grave?
これですか？鎮魂碑です。150年くらい前にこの島を守ってくれた鬼の。
Cool. In Oni? Huh. Well, it means Shiki did her stuff properly, so it means that already happens. I know there were some changes from, standard Summer Pockets to Reflection Blue. So this might be one of those scenes that got added in, I would imagine. I guess it must be some old folktale.
鬼といってもまだ成人もしていない女の子でね。海賊のふりをして島の人を山に追い立てて津波から逃がしてくれたんです。鬼姫だ。食い殺されたくなければ遠くへ逃げろ。今鳥城島に島民がいるのは
Cool.
鬼姫さんのおかげなんですよ。
I didn't know this island had a colorful history. Had that colorful a history. I took a closer look at the monument. There was a rice ball sitting on the front of it. An offering, I guess?
おむすびが好きだったそうですよ。
Like, specifically? Not just rice balls?
はい、おむすびです。
As far as I know, they're exactly the same thing, but I guess there's probably some technicality to nitpick in the phrasing somewhere. In any case, I figured I might as well offer up a prayer as well. If the tale of Onihime is true, then she's the savior of the Kato bloodline, and by extension, of Umi and me.
ありがとう。また来てあげてください。
Will do. I gave the islander a quick bow, and then left the monument. Guess even tiny islands have their share of folklore. I'm home! When I got back, I find Umi anxiously waiting for me. Ah, you're awake. Something happened?
いなくなってたから。
Oh yeah, I had a bit of an errand to get done. Took longer than I expected, because I got distracted though. You didn't ask Kyoko-san?
うん、京子さんもいなかった。
Oh, I see. As the sun set and it cooled down, she probably went back out to the shed. Sorry about that. Guess you were lonely?
平気。慣れてるから。
Yep, have the TV for company. Used to loneliness. That's not something a little kid like her should have to say. Even I knew just how wrong that was. She'd been calling out for her mother in her sleep. Never touched on the topic of her parents. Maybe she came to this island to run away for the summer too. Can that be why she's always watching other people's expressions so closely? Umi.
うん、
Alright. Tonight's the night I make some real good fried rice for dinner for sure.
本当？
Yeah, I learned a few tricks. Feel free to get your expectations up. That night, Return to the comeback fried rice.
11点
All right, made into the double digits. Man, still just 11?
パラパラなだけ味
Mm.
しない
Well, when she put it like that, it was true. I haven't gotten any advice on the seasonings. Looks like I still have a long way to go. I know, I'm running out of coffee. Last pour. I don't even think I'll get a full cup out of this. Now it's like half a cup. No! Let me turn off the hot plate, too. At night, I make 2 servings of food. One of them is my portion. The other is for my dad. I put it on a plate and cover it with plastic wrap. I eat alone, wash my dish, do my homework. Then I take a bath and get ready for bed. I crawl into my futon and close my eyes. A while later, I hear the front door open. Dad's home. But he doesn't say a word. I can hear his slow, tired footsteps. Just like always. I hear him set a plastic bag down on the table. I'm sure it's snacks and alcohol from the convenience store. Just like always. So I stay where I am and try to sleep. By the time I wake up the next morning, I'm alone again. I go to the kitchen. The food I left on the counter hasn't been touched. So I put it into the microwave. Wait for about 2 minutes. And breakfast is ready. Just like always. The day began with radio calisthenics. It's completely part of my routine now.
第3の体操自戒筋の鍛錬
I don't know which one that is. Auricular muscles. His ears were moving.
ピクピクピク
I can't do it.
ピクピク
Everyone else's ears are moving too. Wait, ears can move like that?
ピクピク
Some people can. I can't.
ピク
I can feel like the muscles tighten sometimes. Like if I'm, it's usually when I'm recording and I hear something outside. Like I can feel the sides of my like head tense up and my ears, like my ears are trying to pull up. You know, it's kind of a vestigial muscle that doesn't really do anything now in modern humans, but it's the same one that like dogs and cats use to move their ears around to get angle them to hear better. So it's probably some like neurons firing in the deep lizard part of my brain that are trying to do that, so that way I can hear whatever that noise is better. But even when they do tense up, I don't think my ears actually move, so I can't move them like that. Not you too, Umi. All right, my turn. I'll take on any challenge. But what are you supposed to flex to move your ears? To start, I tried focusing on the hinge of my jaw, since the ears are close to there. Oh, they moved. Did another personal discovery.
おー
Umi was staring at something. I followed her gaze and found Tsumugi and Shizuko, clad in their cat and cow pajamas as usual.
ピクピクピクピクピクピク
Their pajama ears were moving. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see that. Radio calisthenics ended, and I received my stamp along with a bunch of scallops. Ooh, yum! Pretty big ones, too.
ログインボーナス
Huh? Login bonus.
たらもらえるの
Huh. So that's the thing people say these days? I wasn't familiar with the expression. Yep, gotta go in and do your dailies. Later at breakfast. No! The scallops! This time I was positive I didn't need to use oil. You always need oil, dude! And threw the scallops straight into the grilling grate. They weren't opening up like I thought they would, so I tried to flip them over with chopsticks, only to accidentally spill their juices out all over the grill. The Kanto family's DNA is truly a thing to be feared. So, hey, Kyoko-san, about today's shed cleanup?
今日は大丈夫よ。
She shot my offer to help down in an instant. Oh, I saw it coming a mile away. Umi was looking at me, making a face that told me she had something to say. So, want to go somewhere?
うん。
She nodded immediately. A bunch of kids were gathered outside the candy store. They looked like they were roughly Umi's age. What do you think? Want to join them?
え
She shook her head violently. I guess that's a no. But playing with a bunch of kids your age would be more fun than hanging out with me. An absolutely unambiguous rejection. Oh, is she feeling shy? I mean, she's always shy, but, you know. She's sticking to me to the same extent she's avoiding everyone else. Well, no need to push yourself, I guess. I've been thinking it since we've done the restart, you know, going with some stuff in Umi's route and how weird she is. Umi, are you a time traveler? Are you our daughter from the future? Is that why you keep calling us dad and want to hang out with us so much? Is Shiroha your mom? That's my crackpot theory. Alright, now that that's out of the way. I have no way to explain it or make it make sense. That's just my off-the-cuff, you know, find some deep narrative meaning somewhere in here. How does it make sense? Devil's proof. I don't gotta explain shit. It's magic. I said it in blue text. All right, wanna go check out the beach next? I figured somewhere with less people would be best, so I brought us to the outskirts of the islands. There, we found a girl on her own. Fishing apparently. Oh, huh, Shiroha. Umi nodded firmly. She's out here yesterday too, so I figure she must be fond of this place. Still though, I'm surprised a girl like her likes fishing. Maybe everyone who grows up on an island ends up like that. Shiroha was spacing out, so I came to, as I'd come to expect from her. She stared into space with a vacant expression, while dangling her fishing line into the water. Her eyes faced the vast, limitless ocean horizon. I decided to approach her. And she didn't notice. We followed behind me. But still, Shiroha didn't see us. Squatted down next to her. Yep, still nothing. Umi sat down beside me too. Still nothing happens. Time slowly flowed on by. There was a lull in the waves, and still no sign of any fish. It was quiet. I felt like the sound of the waves was washing my heart clean. Ah, so peaceful.
またこんにちは。しかも増えてる。
Yep, we're multiplying. We reproduce by budding.
小さい子までいるし。
We looked a bit shocked to be called a little kid. So, you like fishing, Shiroha?
島の人間なら誰だってする。
I knew it! So, what you fishing for?
なんでも。
Yep, sometimes you're just fishing to fish. Oh, you're fine with anything, huh?
釣れれば。
Yep.
釣れてる？
It is annoying, though, when you catch crabs. When you go fishing in the ocean and you think you get something and you reel it in and it's just a fucking crab hooked onto your bait. And then it just lets go and falls back in the water. That's really fucking annoying. It happens here a lot. I fucking hate crabs. Took a peek into the bucket at her feet. It was half full of water and nothing else.
今日は潮の具合が良くないだけだし。
Yeah, the water currents, you know, it's too murky. You know, water's not clear enough, the water quality. You know, the moon, it's a waning gibbous right now, so, you know. She made up an unconvincing excuse. What do you do if you catch one?
食べる。それが礼儀だし。
That sure was fisherman-like of her to say. I wonder if she's pretty good at this. Just then, the fishing float that had been bobbing peacefully on the surface was suddenly yanked underwater.
聞いてる。
Set the hook! Shira's eyes glinted sharply. They were the eyes of a fisher. No, a hunter. I didn't know she had this sort of side to her. She pulled up on the fishing rod. Watching her skillfully reel in her catch was quite the sight. It was a dark purple, floppy-looking object. Dark purple floppy? What, you catch a sea cucumber? Yeah, probably sea slug.
食べるの？礼儀だし。
You can toss that one back. It's not good to force yourself.
アメフラシは珍味だし、1時間くらい煮込めばアワビみたいになる。
But still, no.
といいな。
Wishful thinking, huh? Can I borrow your fishing rod? I can fish something up for you instead.
アメフラシは？
Let's let that go. We'll release it. I checked it back into the
鳥
ocean.
城の海を舐めない方がいいと思う。素人が簡単に釣れるような塩じゃないし。
Shiraha sulkily handed me the fishing rod. By the way, what are you using for bait?
これ、
She opened up a Tupperware container that was on the ground at her feet. Get! A bunch of little caterpillar-like insects were squirming around in it. Like mealworms?
つけてあげようか？
Please do.
はい、つけたよ。
Thanks.
本当に釣りできるの？
Nah, I've never really tried before.
え？
Shiraha tilted her head in confusion as I glanced over her shoulder, then cast the line out into the ocean. I thought I'd gamble on beginner's luck, you know? Oh, got one!
嘘。
Yes way. I fished up a pretty sizable mackerel.
プロ。
Nope, a beginner. Umi was standing right next to me, staring at the fishing rod. Want to give it a try?
うん。
You okay with that?
そううまくはいかないし。
New experiences are always good. Umi took the fishing rod and baited the hook on her own. You okay with bugs, huh?
慣れてる。
She faced the ocean, the spitting image of a fully fledged hunter. Without a wasted movement, she cast her line into the
フ
waves.
ロートの技。
Technique was enough to startle Shira, apparently. Instantly, the float was dragged underwater.
いた。え、嘘。
Yes way again. We pulled out a mackerel even bigger than the one I'd caught.
釣れた。神。海です。
For some reason, she reintroduced herself. You can eat these, no problem, right?
待ってて。
Shira pulled something out of her bag. It's a set of cooking utensils. Gonna cook it right here?
釣りたてが一番美味しいから。
She actually started cleaning the fish right then and there.
一匹はお刺身に。
Before I knew it, the fish had been carved into a beautiful sashimi platter.
もう一匹は焼く。
She skillfully gutted the fish, salted it, and started grilling it on a portable burner, like people use for camping. Soon, the delectable aroma of grilled fish filled the vicinity. Oh, that looks delicious. As a final touch, Shira squeezed some lemon juice from sudachi. Okay. A type of citrus fruit onto the fish.
できた。食べる？
You don't mind?
あなたたちが釣った魚だし。
Umi was staring straight at the sashimi and grilled fish, her eyes wide. Alright, this is a rare chance, so let's all eat them together.
私もいいの？
You don't mind, right?
うん。いい。
Umi gave a big nod, serious expression on her face.
じゃあ、いただきます。
The three of us began to eat. Oh, this sashimi is crazy crisp.
釣りたてだもの。
Umi dug into the grilled fish. Does it taste to you, Umi?
95点。
An outrageously high score. And I think my personal record was 11. All right, let's see what a 95-point grilled fish tastes like. I took a bite too. It was delicious beyond words. Freshly caught fish meat's really soft and tender, isn't it? And the sudachi taste takes it to the next level.
口にあったのならよかった。あ、
Umi stared at the two of us as if she'd noticed something. Umi? What's up?
家族でご飯。え、家族？うん、一家団らんみたい。
Yeah! Can you really call catching a fish and grilling it on the spot a get-together? And wait, not even close to the age where I could have a kid. Well, you're getting there to where you could have, like, a newborn kid. Umi peeked over at Shiraha. Shiraha did the same to her. And Shiraha looked away, seemingly at a loss.
一家団らんとかよくわからない。うちは両親がいないから。
Huh? Oh, that was a pretty shocking way to say it. I didn't really know what to say. Shira didn't seem to particularly care about my bewilderment. But even so, I felt like the surrounding air had grown heavy. Maybe I was overthinking things, though. By the way, I tried to change the subject, but was super awkward about it.
何？
Why are you wearing a uniform? Are you heading to your school club after this? I was hoping to lighten up the atmosphere, but it just got darker and heavier than before. What happened? I think I might have asked something that I really shouldn't have touched on. The air got even tenser.
そろそろ帰る。
With perfect timing, Umi broke the stifling silence. Right, shall we then? Taking advantage of the opening, I followed up on Umi's request.
帰る。
Well then, thanks for the fish, Shiraha.
うん。さよなら。さよなら。
Just before we parted, Umi looked back at Shiraha and her fishing rod as if she was reluctant to leave them. I think she might have actually wanted to stay and fish with Shiraha for a while longer. But she noticed the heavy atmosphere hanging around Shiraha's head and decided that we should give her space. She was perceptive beyond her years. But there was something about that perceptiveness that struck me as a bit sad. Hey, you sure you don't want to stick around and hang out a bit longer?
平気。
You're still a kid, you know. It's okay to be honest about the stuff you want to do. Kids shouldn't have to hold back.
うん。
Umi nodded weakly, but didn't say much else after that. Ugh, can't sleep. The night was one of those rare ones where I couldn't quite fall asleep. I rolled myself up in my futon, shut my eyes, but felt no sign that I'd be able to drift off anytime soon. Ugh. Toss and turn. Far from helping me sleep, my tossing and turning actually made me feel even more clear-headed. This isn't going anywhere. I gave up and decided to go out for a walk. So how many bugs are there out here? It's not like they were coming from absolutely everywhere, including up above me. I couldn't see them, but at the very least there must have been a ton of chirping all over the ground. A ton of them chirping all over the ground. I don't wonder how they could sound like their voices were coming from the sky, too. Sort of mysterious. The magic of the countryside, I guess. When I looked up, it was like the pitch-black night sky was filled to capacity with twinkling stars. The cries of insects melded with the faint sound of the waves. That night would be quiet in the countryside. Oh, but there's actually all sorts of stuff to hear out here. In another sense, though, it really was quiet. Didn't hear a single man-made noise. Every last chirp and rustle I heard was produced by the natural world. And that's why it didn't feel as noisy as the city does at nighttime. Many noises of the countryside gently enveloped me and lifted my spirits. Oh, I know the stars are certainly pretty. It was crazy dark even in the middle of the town. So dark that when I passed through a side street with no lighting, I was honestly worried I'd trip over something. It's kind of fun though. Felt like I was on a bit of an adventure. The night wind was cool and pleasant too. Coming out here was a good call. Yuck, itchy. Stupid mosquitoes. The worst is when they land on you and you don't realize, and you look down and you see that they've been there for a while. You smack them and it's like a fucking water balloon of blood pops on your arm. It's like, oh, that's gonna be a big bite. Huh? Returning home after enjoying my brief nighttime stroll, I found Kyoko-san waiting in front of the entryway. Kyoko-san, is something wrong? Oh, I didn't worry her by going out without letting her know.
入くん一人
Oh, yeah, sorry. I sort of went out to feel the night breeze. Wait, alone? Why do you ask?
海ちゃんがいないのよ
Whoa.
どうしようこんな暗いところで小さい子が迷子になったら
I was just walking around a minute ago, so I knew very well. All it took was one wrong turn to end up in pitch darkness. Dark enough that it even scared me a bit. I'll go look for her. Kyoko-san, you should ask anybody you know nearby to help us. Even just one person could make a difference.
自治会の人に相談してくるわ
I rode around the nearby area on the Cub. To be honest, I thought the whole thing was a huge pain. But I couldn't just abandon her. The country roads were empty, that I'd be able to see her, even from my motorcycle. Plus, she was just a kid. I knew she couldn't have gone far, considering those short little legs of hers. There were only so many places she could be. But in spite of that, I just couldn't seem to find her. Where the hell did you go? The child's walking pace, and in this darkness at that. Could she have wandered off the road and gotten lost? It could be dangerous out there. Plus, countryside or not, there could be dangerous people around. She's little and cute, so someone like that very well could target her. The more I thought about it, the more I worked myself up into a panic. Hey, Yumi! Where are you? I shouted from atop the bike. I was losing my composure. I didn't even care about bothering the neighbors in the middle of the night. Where could she go at this time of night? Oh. Suddenly, I thought about where we'd gone earlier that day. The place where we went fishing. Yumi looked so reluctant when we parted with Shiroha. Could she have gone back there? At this time of night? No, if there's even the smallest chance she's there, I have to go check. After all, that hunch was the only clue I had left. It gave a completely different impression at night than it had during the daytime. The light of the moon dyed the water's surface a striking blue. Felt like I'd wandered into some other world. Umi. There, enveloped in the moonlight and the sound of the waves, stood Umi, her back turned to me. She must have heard me mumble her name and slowly turned to face me. She was holding a letter. It's probably the same one she'd been reading before. She waited there, holding it to her chest with both hands, as if it was incredibly precious to her. So this is where you've been.
お父さん
No, not your dad.
うん
Do you want to see your dad?
うん
Umi shook her head.
お父さんは忙しいから
I bet he's always off at work, right?
うんお父さん昔に話してくれた
Yeah?
昔たくさん頑張ったことがあるけど
No, did he now?
失敗したってそこから逃げてしまったのを後悔していた
Yeah, that's life. Running away. I felt a pain in my chest. Basically came here to run away too, after all. I was on a huge winning streak in my swim club, but then I screwed up at the worst time. The help and kindness my teammates offered me was stifling. And before I knew it, I had to run away from the club. Ran away from school. Ran wild. Got suspended. Given up on by my parents. Left with nowhere to belong. And so, Even now, I'm still running.
私も逃げた。
Seems to run in the family. As I stood there, unable to reply, Umi muttered.
優しくしてくれた人もいたのに、心配してくれた人もいたのに、逃げた。だからここにいる。謝りたいのに、もう謝れない。
Yep, two little peas in a pod, huh? I didn't really know what she was talking about. Not about her regrets, or who she wanted to say what to. But even so, I had to say something. I wanted to comfort the little girl in front of me. But what could I, who ran away as well, possibly say to her? No matter what I said, I'd just be making up excuses for my own behavior. The more I thought about it, the harder it became to say anything. All I could do was stand there and clench my hand into a fist. Then, that fist was surrounded by warmth. Huh? Umi had wrapped her tiny hands around mine.
もう逃げたくない。
Umi. Ah, damn it. Those are the words I wanted to say more than anything else. Those clumsy, absurd words, utterly plain and devoid of deceit. They were my hope, my desire. Words I felt I could cling on to, no matter what. Yeah, that's right. And so, they resounded piercingly within me. And so, I nodded with all my might. I don't want to run away from summer anymore. I took Umi's hand, too, wrapping it firmly within my own. Let's go home. Kyoko-san's worried.
うん。
We walked back to the place I'd parked the cub. Why'd you go out at night anyway? The question suddenly struck me.
お父さんいなかったから。
Don't call me Dad. Wait, really? You were searching for me?
うん。
I didn't see that coming. I guess it was all my fault. But why would you do that?
逃げたくないから。
Huh? I didn't understand.
一緒にいてほしい。
Okay. I didn't really get it, but I guess to her, it being with me is the same as not running away. Umi was, as always, a mystery. Actually, I get the feeling that the more I learn about her, the less I understand. In spite of that, I felt like I was closer to her in that moment than I'd ever been before. Come on, up on the rack. I held my hand out to Umi. She grasped it tightly. Everyone's here. Kyoko-san and a bunch of islanders were gathered in front of the house. Orochi, Tenza, Nomiki, and even Ao were all together.
高原帰ってきたか。
Everyone rushed over. Oh, it really kept them waiting. Before I knew it, we were completely surrounded by people. Surrounded by the warmth, which felt like it could melt away the night itself. Seemed Umi realized how blessed we were, too.
心配かけてごめんなさい。
Umi looked everyone straight on and bowed her head. We all beamed as we watched over her.
無事だったならいいのよ。
何もない島にはなかなかの刺激だった。
俺の活躍する場がなくなっちまったぜ。
あんたはなんで脱いでんのよ。
Yeah, put on your clothes.
かすかな月明かり。星明かりが肌に照り返って目立つだろ。どうして撃った？人助けだろ？
濡れた方がより照り返るだろ。
Mm-hmm. It was glistening,
なる
even.
ほど。じゃあもう一発頼む。
Everyone burst into laughter. No one got angry or tried to blame Umi or anything of the sort. It just felt natural. No one was holding back. That's why Umi and I could honestly accept everyone's feelings. Thanks for coming out for Umi, everyone. I bowed to everyone too, and Umi bowed once more beside me. For the first time, I was just a little bit glad I'd come here. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to end it here for today because, like I said, I still got stuff I got to do before I go to work later. So, with that, I would like to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, notification bell. Check out the Discord link in the description down below. Become a member today and give me your money. And we will reconvene next time to learn more about Umi, who totally isn't... I don't know what Umi is. I don't want to call her an apparition because that's mean, but time travel seems like too on the nose. We're already dealing with like spirited away shit, so who knows? Who knows what could possibly be happening? Only way to know is to come back next time, where we will delve into this further and get more Dream Umi information here. The fact that it's showing iridescent shades for these flashbacks too is a little disconcerting about a possibility for what Umi's deal is. That I won't say out loud because let's not bring that evil into this world, huh? But yeah. Only way to know for certain though is to come back again. Catch you all later now. Bye-bye. Mwah.